Hello, everybody. We're live. We're finishing the Black Guardian Trilogy tonight with Enlightenment, which I don't know what consensus is on this story. I mean, I like it, but I don't know if everyone else likes it. Sam will figure out what he thinks
I
by
will.
the end.
That is the purpose of these podcasts.
So, Sam, are you ready?
No, I'm not ready. Gotta fix this. Thought it'd be better if it was close to me, but it is not. I need to get myself another lamp. Okay. No, I'm good.
So, earlier today, funny story, I posted a review of The Three Doctors, and, immediately my email was flooded with, copyright notice, like 20.
Even though you put the thing up front, YouTube just stop it, Jacob.
Alright, well, we'll get started with part 1 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync.
Favorite Doctor Who time. The only time of the day when I get to watch Doctor Who. Well, classic Doctor Who.
So, Colin, in a couple of weeks when our school starts, we'll probably be moving these just to Friday nights or Saturday nights, mostly.
Alright, that will actually work fine for me. Probably, unless we have football games, so we have to play those to the end, but, it all depends on the day, really.
Yeah, we'll probably do Saturday nights during football season, because I often go to the football games. Sam does too.
So like you said, I don't know what the general consensus on this story is, but it actually would probably make my top 15 Doctor Who stories of all time.
Yeah. I just wish, that Barbara Clegg would have written something else for Doctor Who, especially because I've listened to the audios that she wrote in the Lost Stories range, and they're both really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because this story just has such incredible concepts.
I also wish that the new series would remember this story exists, and that the Doctor is not a god.
Yeah.
I also wish that they would light the TARDIS more like this, kind of dim.
Yeah, I think that this opening is really moody and quite good.
Well, Sam, have you noticed that the cliffhanger from the end of Terminus was pretty much just ignored?
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't quite remember what happened at the end of Terminus.
The Black Guardian is yelling at Turtle and the TARDIS, "You have one last chance! Kill the Doctor now or I'll kill you!"
Yeah, I think that the Black Guardian subplot just kind of didn't work at all.
I feel like it's there because we didn't have enough scripts to make other monsters return like we were intending to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in Terminus. If we just went to Modern Undead and then to Enlightenment, it would have worked better.
Yeah. I don't know.
Ooh,
I think the overall quality of the stories themselves is really good. They're some of my favorite Peter Davisons, with the exception of Terminus. But his best stories are ones like this and Kinda, where they're just really surreal, but they work incredibly well.
Yes, Kinda's a story I can't wait till we get to, because it was my first Davison.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's I just started to understand all the subtext.
Yeah. Yeah, Kinda is incredible, but it's surreal. It's really weird.
Especially, and the DVD's actually much I'm glad I want to get the DVD because I got it on iTunes a couple of years back. And the Mara just is a bad effect.
Yeah, it could have been better, but since you only released it at the end, it wasn't a huge issue for me.
It wasn't. Yeah, it's not the worst effect in Doctor Who history. Point being the entirety of the Twin Dilemma.
Oh gosh.
I can't
Or
wait to
Warriors
get
of the
that
Deep.
until that one because the riffing will be hilarious.
Oh, I bet it will be.
Probably.
I'll miss some riffing. Riffing. Not riffing. That's the wrong word.
Also, we've missed the White Guardian who has a bird on his head.
They both have birds on their heads.
Yeah, why do they have birds on their heads?
It doesn't really make sense. They're the poultry-headed guardians. I don't. We've been asked to believe weirder things than who.
That's for sure.
So I don't really understand all the hatred for Tegan.
Tegan? A lot of it is, I think Janet Fielding said it best when she said, Tegan is not a character, she is a personality. Her personality is a mouth on legs.
That's in a way, but
Which, coincidentally, her Twitter handle is JF mouth on legs.
yeah, I don't know. I actually really like her departure in Resurrection of the Daleks. I thought that was really.
That was nice. It would have been better if, she had something to do in the story instead of getting knocked out in the beginning and then sort of not doing
Yeah, it
much.
also would have been better if the story was a bit better.
I like Resurrection. I probably would change the rating I gave it in my initial review, but I was just getting into reviewing stuff and I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty entertaining. And from what I've heard, it has like a higher body count than the Terminator.
Yeah, it does. Like I want to say it's like a 600-person body count.
Yeah, there's a lot of action in it, but just the narrative is just so unfocused. And
Yeah,
that
it doesn't.
kind of,
I feel like if there was a story that they wanted to put down into like 2 episodes like they did, it wasn't Resurrection of the Daleks.
yeah, I agree.
Like maybe do something that can work better. Like maybe man, no funny us would maybe have done Caves of Androzani as a 2-parter.
I don't know, because I think Caves of Androzani works quite well as a 4-parter. But partially because all the cliffhangers are just incredibly well constructed.
Except the one with the Magma Beast.
Oh yeah, but like episodes 1 and 3 have incredible cliffhangers.
Episode 2, eh?
Yeah, I
But
can't quite
anyway, the
remember that
Doctor,
one.
Turlo, and Tegan are on a ship.
Ooh.
A sea ship. Remember this, Sam.
Oh, sea ship. I see the ship, Jacob.
I will
Wait,
not
is this-
ruin the amazing twist.
Is this Mariner? The really?
I think that's Mariner.
He's,
Plot twist, they're in space. Is that the plot twist?
No, I promise.
It's gonna be the plot twist.
No, it isn't, Sam, I promise.
I think the performances in this were probably some of the best in the classic series. Like, I can't remember who plays Captain Stryker, but his performance is incredible.
Yes.
Ooh, Hans.
I don't know how this works. It's a scanner. It's not like, well, wait, no, isn't there the guy that's like... I want to know, how does the scanner work? Like, where does the picture come from? Like, it's supposed to come from the light, I think.
I don't know. I've always wondered that.
I know, like, there's something in the light that gets pictures, but I don't think it's the scanner, because there's scenes like that where the guy's like, his hands are obviously touching the camera.
He's just going like that to the light.
I'd imagine, like, when the TARDIS isn't chameleon circuited, like it's the cylinder, like just the area above the door is scanner.
Most likely.
You know,
Oh.
one thing, why couldn't the White Guardian be a little more, like, clear and less vague?
Yeah, why couldn't he have just said, these people are doing this, go, like, intervene?
It would have saved time. And just...
I never understood this, because, like, did anything actually happen to him?
No, I think isn't that the guy that starts falling in love with Tegan later on?
Yeah, but not really, like, he just wants her mind, basically.
Yeah.
What?
Creepy.
Major.
Yeah, this story's weird. It's like The Mind Robber. It's one of those.
I want to watch it then.
Where did he go?
I don't know. I've always wondered that.
They do not seem to notice him.
As if you've just joined the crew.
They're doing the smart thing and blending in.
So
It's kind of hard to do that when you have celery on your lapel.
Just about to say.
Well, this is supposed to be like the 1920s, and he's wearing a cricketer's uniform, so 1920s cricketer's uniform, they kind of go together a bit.
Yeah, but, I mean, if I was one of those sailors and I saw him, my first question would be, why are you wearing celery?
That's my first question when I saw him. I was like...
Which, they wouldn't... I'm surprised they didn't answer that until his last story.
What? Why? Why?
You'll find out when we do, Kings of Androzani.
Yeah, I love that. I love that line. He's just like, then I eat the celery.
The celery.
Found it sorted out, have you? Yes, thanks.
I'm hungry. Give me your celery.
Cello, and I'm the doctor. You are you? Well, it's about time. Hey, he's here, lads. The doctor's aboard. You've been expecting me. I'm not expecting you, Slush. We've been waiting for you.
I love the joke that's coming up in the nearest future with the doctor.
What are you doing?
Oh, yeah, that's pretty.
We're living on nothing but our taxes we come aboard, haven't we, lad? Right. That's what we want, yeah?
None of your stinking greasy messes either.
The doctor, of course. The ship's cook.
The doctor's the cook. So does that make Turla the kitchen lady?
Probably. Am I the only person who just doesn't like Turlo at all?
No. I find him boring. It's like...
I find him kind of annoying, and having two really cocky companions at a time is a little much.
Yeah, I know Big Finish can make any companion better. So a lot of the classic companions I've less enmity towards because of Big Finish.
I've actually never hated Mel at all. Like,
Yeah, at least Mel has a character, while Clara pre-Series 8 didn't have a character at all.
Yeah.
Wait, does she have a character now?
Yeah, kind of, a little bit, but I'll have to rewatch Series 8 eventually. But speaking of the upcoming series, Colin, I want to know your theory about creepy Maisie Williams in the trailer. Who she is.
My theory is, well, when I first saw the trailer, my first thought was Susan, but then I just kind of thought, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think Moffat would be so mean as to recast Susan, considering Carol Ann Ford is alive, well, and acting like I think she's only in her 60s or 70s.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know how I want to pop? My brother just got me some, and some delicious cheese curds.
But I think that because the two episodes she's appearing in are called The Girl Who Died and The Woman Who Lived, So my theory is that she's going to die in the first episode, and then the scene we saw in the trailer was from the woman who lived, so she's just going to come back and the Doctor's going to recognize her, and that's why he's so surprised.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's Trini.
I feel for once Moffat isn't lying when he says it's just going to be an original character.
Yeah, I doubt it actually will be. That would be nice. Like, when everyone was saying, oh my gosh, I think Missy's going to be the Master. Oh my gosh, I think Missy's going to be the Master. I was like, I really don't think so. Like, I think
told
she's
you,
just-
Jacob. I told you.
No, the thing is like, for 13 weeks, Sam and I would have this debate, who is Missy's going to be? And I was always, she's not going to be the Master, that's too obvious. No. Darkwater airs. I yell several obscenities at the screen. I get a phone call. It's Sam.
Wait for Sam.
Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping it would be an original character, but I actually really like her incarnation of the Master.
I like her. I just am like, did you have to make it that obvious, Moffat?
Yeah, I was a little annoyed that, you know, it's an enigmatic character who just has to have been in the show before.
But, you know, every time he's tried to do an original character, like when he tried to do the original character for Series 6, everyone hated it.
Yeah.
Like the silence. But that was more of the Series 6 finale was poorly written.
And about an episode too short.
Yeah. I think this year he's trying to be like, okay, I'll give you guys two-parters, Which is great, but we might get the episodes don't have enough plot to carry 2 episodes.
Yeah, and it's like, every episode's going to be a two-parter now.
Except 2. There's going to be 2 single-parters.
Only 2? Wow.
Yeah, one written by Mark Gatiss, and one written by a woman called Sarah Dollard.
I always like seeing new writers in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Because usually they're the ones who write the best scripts. Like Series 8, some of my favorite stories were Kill the Moon, Mummy on the Orient Express, and Flatline. So, and all of them were written by new writers. So,
Jacob,
I didn't like Kill the Moon because I just didn't. But I did. Mummy on the Orient Express is like one of the few new episodes in a while that I've given a 10 out of 10.
Oh no!
And Flatline wasn't as good, but it's still brilliant.
I actually think Flatline was a bit better, but like Kill the Moon, Mummy on the Orient Express, and Flatline were all 10s for me.
Well, I like Flatline.
And like they're bringing back like that Riggsy character from Flatline.
Oh yeah, he's coming back, isn't he?
Yay! I like it when people. I don't like it when characters come back. Let's just hope Moffat doesn't go the whole. I can't meet someone more than once, or else they must be the most important person in the universe, like he did with Donna.
Yeah. Like I like when characters return, but when they like actually have a place in the story. Like I loved when Sarah Jane came back for School Reunion.
And that worked because fans wouldn't have seen her in 30 years.
And unfortunately, when I saw that episode, I'd never seen the classic series, so I didn't know who she was, so I didn't just have that whole, like, oh my god, it's Sarah Jane.
Yeah, you didn't have the impact that you should have.
No, I didn't. Like, I didn't know who this person was, and...
That's me.
Living like lords out back there. Every luxury. Well, we have to make do with salt, junk, and art tack. You'll be alright. Tell me.
So we have all the sailors being all weird and mysterious. And here we have Edwardian dinner.
Great.
And a really nicely designed set, too.
Yeah.
Doctor just walks in, huh, no wobbles.
I'm so stupid.
And what's weird is that this is near the end of the season.
Come back again.
And the end of the season is usually where the sets just fall apart.
Yeah, but, I mean, there were only 2 episodes after this, like, just the 2 episodes of The King's Demons, and...
And those were mostly on location.
Yeah, and, I mean, even when it was, like, in a set, it was not too bad. I mean, they can do medieval drama pretty well in terms of sets, but, The King's Demons was a very forgettable story for me, at least.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that now because when we do it, there's going to be some discussion that I'm going to have with Sam, and I hope to do it after we do the Time Meddler, so he can get sort of a point of reference. of where my arguments come from.
Yeah.
I'm the Doctor and his team. Allow me to present my fellow officers.
Ah, they're a funny lot if you ask me. The after guard always are. What do you mean, a funny lot? Oh, they keep themselves to themselves. Nobody's hardly set eyes on
I
them.
feel like Barbara Clegg was one of the few writers who actually did something interesting with Turlo with just this scene.
And I remember
Yeah.
for the race, I mean, that's all that matters. Yes, but where are we racing to? Where's the finish?
Yeah, I just think that she can just write.
Is this what we've been waiting for?
Like, there's a lot of stories that have really good concepts, but just aren't executed as well as they should be. Like Underworld.
Time Flight.
But this story has a great concept and it's executed really well. So
Sir, Mr. Tegan, we have the...
it was one of those rare gems that basically, for me at least, everything just kind of came together for this story.
Passage, gentlemen, and the Stormwoman. I first made Mr. Mariner. You've met, I believe, Mr. Tegan, the Doctor. Mariner.
So this is Mariner, the guy that falls in love-ish with Tegan.
Who falls in obsession with Tegan.
I don't know how to describe their relationship.
You'll just have to watch as it unfolds, because it's strange.
No, let me finish my food.
They're like, I haven't seen a woman in 10 years.
Well, that actually might not be far off, Sam, because they don't really have a concept of time, do they?
Yeah, they walk like outside of time, which is just
It's
such
an
a,
interesting concept that I wish would return, because
I know.
They're in. Don't you worry, I'll look after you.
Man, I don't know what I'd do without Clover's cheese curds.
Where to? Up aloft.
Oh, good.
This story is just really ahead of its time. Like, I'm just really impressed watching it with just how, just intelligently it's written.
and this isn't a fluke of the writing. Like the law stories she did were also very intelligent. She did a story called The Elite, which was really dark, and it was actually supposed to be for this season. It was supposed to be in place of, I think, Snake Dance, but because Resurrection of the Daleks was going to be in season 20, they didn't want to because The Elite has a Dalek in it.
Oh.
A singular Dalek outside of its Dalek casing.
Oh wow.
Ew.
Yeah, I would be perfectly okay with Snake Dance being replaced.
I actually like Snake Dance.
I think it's okay, but basically it just takes away all of the mystery and the surrealism from Kinda. It's basically a retread of Kinda, but without all the interesting stuff.
Those are leather suits were...
Yes, they're leather suits. Sam, they're wetsuits. They're on a ship.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the sailors were into just some stuff.
And I promise the ship is on water, not in space. I promise.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Sure.
There's no possible way the ship's in space.
It's in space, isn't it?
No, I promise.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Sure.
The position of marker boys.
Oh, they're considerably more than that.
Mr. Mate, we will look at our competitors, please.
Aye, sir.
Plot twist, they're in space.
They're not in space. They're not going to be in space.
Those keypads.
Electronics. An Edwardian racing yacht.
Yes, this is supposed to be an Edwardian racing yacht.
We're not on a yacht, we're on a ship. A spaceship.
A spaceship.
Hopefully we're not...
They're not in space, Sam, I promise.
The twist at the beginning of the next episode is that they're really not in space.
Yeah. It's honestly just a trick of the light, I promise.
Yeah, it's see that was just the stars reflecting off of the water. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so Sam, what would you rate part 1 of Enlightenment?
It was pretty good. 7 spaceships out of 10.
7 spaceships out of 10. Colin, how about you?
I'm actually going to go with 9. 9 totally not spaceships out of 10.
It's still
Okay.
a spaceship.
And I'll meet you guys in the middle with 8. Out of 10. I don't have a pun for that. Sorry.
8 possibly spaceships out of 10.
Possibly.
Spaceship. Come on. Spaceship.
No. 8 stalkers of Australians out of 10.
Yes. Of course.
Spaceship.
Right. So we move on to part 2.
Sure.
Funny thing about this is that it's if they did this like for the end of the Key to Time, something similar to this, I think it would have worked a lot better than the Armageddon Factor.
Oh gosh, the Armageddon Factor.
Armageddon Factor is just kind of average, I think. I wish they would have like more villains that tied into the main plot overall. Like we really only got the woman from Stones of Blood, but that's a discussion for another day. Sam, are you ready?
Yep, I am ready.
Colin, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync. So funny story. So I just decided, okay, I'm gonna buy a Doctor Who DVD because I got a Target gift card, and like if you go on their website, they have a lot of great deals for classic Doctor Who stuff, and all their website orders have free shipping.
All of them?
Yeah, on their website, as long as it's not available in store, you can get it free shipping.
I'm gonna just go on there and see if they have any.
So I ordered the Dalek Invasion of Earth because I want to get a couple more Hartnell Troughton stories. And so my brother ordered like this little a little adapter off of Amazon in the middle of July, and it hasn't come yet. But like what's funny is I ordered a DVD yesterday, and it says it's going to be here in like 2 days. Where Cole still has to wait till the end of August.
Wow. Yeah, the Dalek Invasion of Earth was actually the second DVD I ever got.
The second DVD, the first DVD I got was The Happiness Patrol.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it wasn't available. It wasn't going to be available on Netflix. There was like a big delay on like the DVD coming to Netflix. So I used to get DVDs through Netflix. And I really wanted to see it because I thought the Candyman just sounded extremely silly.
I actually loved the Happiness Patrol.
And then the second DVD I got was The Green Death, like a month before they announced there was going to be a special edition.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not going to get the special edition because I've already got The Green Death.
I don't, well, it's on Netflix, so it's not high on my list, but...
I got it because, like, we dropped out of Netflix for a while because, I think, something happened, like, with our account, and, like, someone started, like, changing all our information and things. So they said, wait a couple months, and I just decided, hey, I'll get The Green Death. It was, like, on sale at a Barnes & Noble's in Wisconsin.
Oh. Yeah, I generally don't get the ones that are on Netflix on DVD, unless they're Tom Baker's, because I now only need one more Tom Baker story before I have all of them, and that's The Keeper of Traken. So even though I could watch like Pyramids of Mars or The Laser Hive at any time, I decided to get them on DVD anyways.
Yeah. I'm more lax when it comes to getting things if they're on Netflix. Like, I'll usually avoid it. I know I want to get the Aztec Special Edition on DVD, but that's because it's got Galaxy 4 on it, too. So it's like, well, I want the missing episode of Galaxy 4, because why not?
Yeah, also...
here we have... I'm surprised... what would have been funny is if Mariner drugged Tegan there. Just...
Yeah, I know.
Well, wait, no, I don't remember. Isn't it a plot point, like, the thing that's keeping them, all the human crewmates, thinking that they're on a sea ship and not a spaceship is in the alcohol?
Yeah.
That's why there's, like, the one guy who was trying to get off the alcohol.
Yeah, Yeah, and that's like really soon, I think.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, they introduced it in the last part, like vaguely. I remember there was like a
I
little bit.
think they're on a sea ship.
They're on
Yeah.
a spaceship, Sam. There's
They-
no point in keeping this ruse up.
The sailors think that they're on a sea ship.
You said, "Oh, this is not no ordinary ship," and I was like, "It's a spaceship, isn't it, Jacob?"
Well, you know, that had never been done before on television. Remember, Sam, this is 1983.
Oh man, the '80s. Wow.
Oh, wait, no, he did drug Tegan.
Jägermeister.
But the drugs don't work because Tegan is a human and smart. Well,
I think it was just like, I don't think he actually drugged her. I think it was just something that helps her sleep, I guess, because she's like feeling sick. And then when she wakes up in a little bit, she like feels better.
yeah.
All the theory and detail is impressively accurate. Great.
What's with that massive helmet?
Yeah. I don't think that's historically accurate, that helmet.
No.
I don't think a lot of this is historically
I'd imagine that
accurate.
they'd have a Viking ship, and they'd give the Vikings horns for helmets, and say it was trying to be historically accurate, because Vikings never wore horns.
We know, Jacob. That's the joke.
Turbo, you creep.
What are you doing? Oh, I'm watching you while you sleep.
He's the one who roofied her.
Funny thing is, John Nathan Turner made Mark Strickson dye his hair ginger for his role as Turlo,
Oh my god.
because he didn't want a blonde companion.
That seems a little... Yeah, I guess when you look at it, none of the companions during his time as a producer were blonde.
Actually, the only classic series companions that I think were blonde, that count as blonde, well, yeah, count as blonde, were Vicky, but she was more of a brunette, I think, Polly, and Joe.
It's gotta be
And
more
I-
than that.
No, that's it.
Huh. Yeah, you're right.
Hold on, wait, no, I think Ben was also blonde, Ben Jackson. I think he and Polly were both blonde.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell though, because it's
Black and white.
Yeah.
yeah. Of course, we had a blonde doctor here though.
Yeah. Well, I think what Turner wanted was, like, all his characters to look differently, so no one could look like the Doctor.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. That's such a great line.
Endless ways to be turned.
Oh, fun fact, this is the only Doctor Who story to date that has been both written and directed by women.
Really?
Yeah. Barbara Clegg wrote, and then Fiona Cumming directed.
What are
Yeah,
those?
that's kind of interesting.
Well, you do realize that that this is a spaceship.
I know, but why those suits?
They don't die?
They look
Yeah.
so weird.
It must be.
They look like something you would wear during laser tag. Like the rig on the back. They don't look like something that'd be practical at all.
I'll make such a pressurized soup without question.
Perhaps a lot of them do. Wait here.
They're mad. The old lot of them think it's the demon tree. Oh, please, it's got to be. I mean, they've had it up there. That's what
I've got to ask Colin, because you have the DVD. Have you ever seen, like, the version on the second disc?
I believe I have, yeah.
Because I know that it's like a special edition with like new effects and slight reworking of material.
Yeah, I don't think I ever finished it, but I do remember that the scene where at the end of the first episode where they open the thing and it shows the all the ships. I think that was redone and that looked really good. But I don't think I've ever actually finished it.
I get this box set, but it's always so expensive.
Yeah, it's I got it with the Happiness Patrol a couple years ago.
Yeah,
And,
it's like I don't have that big of a DVD collection, mainly because I don't like to spend money. Like, because I don't have income. Here's money that I've earned from doing stuff, from like Christmases and like maybe some mowing jobs. I don't spend much of it. I only spend like whenever I go out with just like friends.
Yeah, see, I don't really have anything else to spend it on yet because I don't drive, so I don't have to pay for gas or anything.
Yeah. I could drive, but I should probably explain this. I'm blind in my left eye.
Oh, he doesn't even have one. Oh, you do, but it's...
So, doing anything, like, on my left side is difficult. Like, making left-hand turns are just a mess.
Take out your eye.
I'm not going to take it out because I'm, like, really overexposed.
Okay.
And the exposure on this camera, the camera that I have to use for this, is awful. But you can tell, if you look closely, this is my fake eye. You can tell that it's sort of, I can move it, like, just like I want.
I didn't know this for a while, and when he took it out, I was like, what are you doing, Jacob?
Sam, didn't it fall out, like, in front of you?
I don't know, maybe it did. I don't think it... It may have. I may have forgotten. I forget a lot of things.
I love how they're just like, oh, ho, ho, ho. Jolly good show, chaps, but sadly you are dead.
Yeah, it just sucks to be them. Alright, let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Why are they
Great
in
show,
space
great
again?
show.
Why are they in spaces like... Are they like reenactors?
Yeah, the Eternals are, making this giant race. So they stole a bunch of humans from different periods of time as the crews, and they're all racing towards this thing called Enlightenment.
And we don't know what Enlightenment is yet.
Yet, yeah.
And it still never became completely clear to me. But
I always thought it was Turlo's cupcake thing. Or it was like all the knowledge in the universe ever.
Something like that. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
I'll find out.
The MacGuffin of the day is...
What I don't know is, did they put makeup on Mariner to make him look extra creepy?
I don't know, but he does a really good job of acting the part.
Just something about his smile and like the way his skin looks. It just looks kind of makeup-y to me.
Yeah, I don't know. He's I really appreciate like the world building in this story. So like how you basically really get a lot of insight into how the Eternals like work, how they're just completely like emotionless and they don't really care about anything, and the
I always thought they could do like sort of like an empty shell of emotions, like they have emotions but they don't understand them as emotions.
Yeah, like Mariner, like what he feels for like Tegan.
And I wonder where you got it from. All your technology. Mind you, if you could dig Earth beings from 19th century England, from the Athens of Pericles, from the Qin dynasty, I suppose you can just as easily pick the minds of more advanced beings from other galaxies. Correct. Parasites! That's what Eternals are. You feed on living minds, you use them as blueprints. Sounds diverse.
Sam, you're gonna need to turn down your volume a bit because
It's echoing.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, our last live stream, I had to remove like bits of the theme song because like some third party claimed ownership, and I didn't feel like dealing with it. Because it was like MGM Studios claimed this song, and it's like, all right, I'll remove the audio, but for like 5 seconds. But I don't think you guys own the song. The song rights are owned by the BBC.
Yeah, no, the
BBC don't mind if like audio from their episodes get into like videos or things because
that's a lie. That's a lie. My review of Paradise Towers was kind of disastrous because I used clips from the episode and reviews are fair use. You can use
Yes.
clips from the episode.
Actually, the BBC are actually very. The thing is it's the YouTube copyright identification system that's all screwed up. Like,
It is.
I've gotten almost all of my reviews that have been claimed for copyright
Ooh.
put back up because I've emailed the BBC personally and said, this is obviously isn't going through you guys. I know you guys understand copyright because you've let all these other small YouTubers use clips and things. And I've even explained, here's the 4 points of fair use. Here is how they adhere. And even as a bonus, I put a little link in the description so you can go buy this story, and the market will increase.
Yeah.
Because I just like to kiss up to the BBC. It's like, please let me put stuff up.
And then we kind of
We kind of
make them a bit of a
I got
villain.
really mad at them from when because they wouldn't put up my Crotons review for some reason. I think it was because they just overlooked it and like. So in like my Wargames review, I kind of made some jokes about the BBC, and they still allowed it.
Yeah. Well, with my review of Paradise Towers, I put it like a copyright like claim was put on it, so like my video was blocked. Like a lot of my videos, I'll have a copyright claim, but they'll allow it because I just use music or something, and they'll allow that. But I just can't be monetized for it. But
Yeah,
with
that's
Paradise-
what happens to me, and I don't have any plans to monetize my videos.
Yeah,
This is
neither
just a
do I.
hobby.
But my Paradise Towers review was actually blocked.
In all countries, yeah, that happened to me several times.
Yeah, and so I disputed the claim, but it said it was valid, even though I basically outlined in my response that, you know, these are the points of fair use, and this video clearly
Adheres to them.
adheres to those. That's my favorite laugh.
Go away.
Yeah, that's why I'm afraid of reviewing stuff. I just don't want my videos to be taken down.
Yeah,
It's tough to deal with. Like, I've been lucky, I think, with getting most of them back up.
yeah.
Take anything they see in your mind.
Plainly because
Right.
it's, like, most of my reviews can't be monetized, which, again, I don't mind. I mean, I have, a 36 subscriber fan base.
Fan base. Fan base.
Fan base.
Fan base.
Yeah, I don't have plans to monetize, so I don't really care about that. But my Paradise Towers review did get put back up, but it's still like I can't monetize. But
That's just gonna happen
Oh my
because,
god.
yeah,
Crap, I'm not gonna...
like, unless you get signed up with a network who will fight for you, that's probably the best you're gonna do.
yeah. But like I'm not sure if I'll keep using clips because there was also another problem with the clips in my review where like
Yeah, I don't know how that. I've seen your review and I've seen the problems.
yeah
Just
I don't know what happened there, but so I don't know if I'll keep using clips. I mean, there's a couple that I might want to show for Delta and the Bannerman just because it's so surreal. But
Spinach Fish Baby.
What?
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 The end of the end of part 1.
Oh yeah, no.
Spinach
Yeah.
Fish Baby.
Well, my I actually have like a little sketch at the beginning of the review that I filmed where basically it shows me watching that, and then I call myself in the past to tell myself not to watch it.
Don't watch this.
Yeah, it's a complete it's an homage to the Nostalgia Critic. He did that in one of his reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do what he did in his Jurassic World review. Just like film you doing scenes like that. From that. And
Yeah, that review was funny.
It was.
Well, the thing is if anything is owned by Fox, they are going to claim it for copyright.
Yeah. Which is why I don't
So,
review movies.
That's why I'm afraid to review the TV movie, but I'm going to anyway. Because I think the rights still go with the BBC. But I think the music for the TV movie still is owned by Fox.
I still have not seen the TV movie.
Thank goodness that thing didn't go anywhere. Because the series they were gonna make...
If you've read some of the behind the scenes stuff, Colin, it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's just Cringe. It made me cringe several times.
Plot
They were
twist,
going to
What
remake
did?
several classic stories.
The Doctor is half human and also is the Master's brother.
Oh gosh.
They were going to remake Genesis of the Daleks.
With Paul McGann?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were going to
No.
combine the Reign of Terror and the Claws of Axos.
How do you do that?
I don't
There's
know.
nothing remotely similar with
They
those
don't
two
go
stories.
together. They were going to do the Talons of Weng Chiang
Oh.
in New York.
Oh.
They were going to keep it in its original setting, which Broadway wasn't nearly as big in the 1800s, I don't think. So, like, also, like, they were gonna do a complete version of Shada, except it was gonna introduce Romana, and then instead of the twist being that Chronitis was Sally-Avon, Chronitis was gonna be Romana's uncle.
I actually just got Shada and finished watching it a couple days ago. I think it would have been pretty good if it was finished. Although
I've seen the Paul McGann version.
what?
The Paul McGann version, that was animated.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't watched that yet, but I'd like to because it's on the DVD.
Yeah, it's on the DVD. I don't have Shada, but I borrowed it from a friend once.
Oh. Yeah, but like the one thing that kind of bothered me was at the end, like the Doctor and Romana are just talking to Chronotis / Sally-Avon, even though, like, and they're basically just talking to him like, oh, okay, you're fine, even though he's like this huge criminal who's escaped from prison, and the whole story is like Sally-Avon is terrible, Sally-Avon is terrible, we can't let him escape Shada, and
I feel like there would have been more dialogue, like, in between that would have redeemed Sally-Avon somehow, in the scenes that weren't filmed.
maybe I think that's probably
Is that
I
real?
do want to read the novel version, though.
Has it been published yet? Because I thought it was like.
Oh, it's been published. It was published in 2013.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought it was
It's
still like.
published around the time of Name of the Doctor to tie in the whole Clara fell through the Doctor's time stream thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, the character Claire in Shada is now Clara. She's called Claire, but she's Clara.
Really?
I feel like that was Moffat making Roberts do it. But the good thing is the how Shada fits in the canon is so interesting. Like, how I have it is it exists until there's the scene on the lake, and then there's the Fourth Doctor version that just sort of is trapped in this weird events, so it never happened. And then the Eighth Doctor version is official canon.
Okay. Yeah.
And that the novelization is just alternate universe version.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
An alternate universe where the Doctor is a furry. Write a fanfic
What?
about that.
No, well, that probably is an alternate universe.
Because they're
Speaking of alternate universes, so in the Stolen Earth and Journey's End, Davros
Oh
says
my.
that Davros says that this plan
one. Yes.
that his plan is to blow up all the parallel universes. And every parallel universe is every choice creates a parallel universe.
Why?
So for the episode to work, you're telling me that there was no choice that they'd fail, and that Davros would succeed.
That.
Davies, you've broken the story.
Okay, so by that logic, then there's a parallel
Oh,
universe.
here we have
Davros
creepy Black Guardian on the deck of the spaceship.
Okay, so by that logic, then there's a parallel universe where Davros succeeded in destroying all the parallel universe, which means that the actual universe
Doctor
that
Who.
the Doctor Who was set in is also destroyed.
Yeah.
Well done, Russell T. Davis. Well done.
Why
I've always
should
had a
it
problem
I
with
think
this.
our
this is why
universe?
Moffat created the cracks in time, just... So, the Black Guardians made Turlo go insane.
I've always had
So
a
Peter Davison
problem with
shouted
that.
no at the end of part 2. Okay? Pay very close attention to the beginning of part 3.
Yep, I would, Jake.
I have always had a problem with that, with that cliffhanger. I don't even know why. I just don't like it.
Well, I think we have to introduce the villain of the sort of villain of our story.
Oh, Captain Rat,
Yeah, her.
who also the actress who plays her was in Closing Time.
Was she the old
She was-
shopkeeper?
Yeah.
I have to go to the
Oh, wasn't she also in the gun? I think she also sung the song for the Gunfighters.
Did she really? I haven't.
If her
seen
name's
Gunfighters.
I know that Linda Barron was in Closing Time. Hold on, let me check the cast list because I always try to keep like production information pulled up so I can try to keep everything. Okay. Does it? It doesn't. Oh, this cast list doesn't say. Oh, no, it does. Yeah, it's her. It's Linda Barron.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that name sounded familiar.
All
Yeah,
right,
I really
we'll
like
start
her in
part
this stuff.
3 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sync. Wait, where'd Sam go?
He said he had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Then I guess we'll wait for him. Because he's kind of the point of us doing this. So the
Restart.
funny thing is these all came about because my iPod broke, so I couldn't make any more videos. But I needed to make content somehow. So I thought, what if I forced one of my friends to watch classic Doctor Who?
That guy is me.
Yes. That's basically, and I originally didn't have it as random. Like, we did the full of season 26 to get into it in Vengeance on Varys, but then I decided, this isn't fair because if I keep choosing the stories we're going to watch, I'm going to pick the stories that are good and none of the bad ones.
Yeah, and then
So
you
we
get
decided, we're making it random. I'm going to put every story from the classic series into a cup, and we're just going to pick them randomly.
The cup of power that gives Jacob his.
All right, anyway, it's just time to start part 3. So
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync.
Oh no, I actually did finish the special edition of it. I'm remembering now because I remember the whole eye thing looks different in that.
Yeah.
Not, yeah. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen this story.
Ever.
I only saw this once when I was doing my marathon. Like I'm about ready to start Torchwood Children of Earth in my marathon.
Ooh. Oh.
Which it's one of the few things I haven't seen. I haven't seen in season 3 and 4 of Torchwood.
Ooh.
I've never actually seen
Children of-
Torchwood.
Children of Earth.
It's all right.
Oh my gosh, man! You should freaking
Your
watch
mileage
it.
may vary.
Oh,
Like I don't like how it's like trying to be adult.
No, that's
It's obviously aimed at adults with like
Sex
all the
gas.
pretty much Doctor Who with cursing and sex and drugs.
Sex gas.
Yeah,
My favorite
like-
villain.
I think I've seen like one episode of Torchwood, and I don't like it all that much.
No,
I
Children
do-
of Earth.
There's some episodes that I really like. Like there's one called Adam that's really sort of ooh, and like the one that wrote that episode is actually coming to Doctor Who this season.
Wait, is that the one with the guy who just like appears with them?
Yeah, and is like, ooh, he sort of and like then Glenn forgets her fiance, and it's like just amazing, and I love it.
Okay, because I saw like the last like 15 minutes of that episode.
It is one to watch, and it's one of the like I wouldn't show it to everyone, but like because there is of course bad language. But, like,
Hey, Mom,
it's,
Dad, watch this episode.
it's really good.
Yeah, no, like there's like movies that I'll watch, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that was so good. I should tell people to watch this, and then I'm like, wait, but it's seriously disturbing, and a lot of people didn't like it. Like, I just recently watched The Babadook.
Oh yes, that looks. I don't like horror movies at all,
I don't
But-
care about horror movies. I can watch them.
but I'm tempted to watch that movie because
I
the premise
hate
is
horror
interesting.
movies.
So wait, no, Sam, did you notice that Davison changed his line at the end of part 2? He screamed no. At the beginning of part 3, he screamed out I have it somewhere. Where did I put that? Okay. He screams out, don't be an idiot. Like,
Idiot. plot twist. This whole other half and the rest of the Doctor Who series takes place in a different universe than everything that happened before. That's my new fan theory.
But yeah, like, I hate horror movies, but I decided I wanted to watch that just because it was so, like, highly regarded, so it deserves every bit of praise that it's gotten.
I mean, like, thing is there have been a couple of horror movies that I have seen, but I haven't been scared by them because they're just jump scare, jump scare, jump scare, fake jump scare,
Yeah.
fake jump scare, fake jump scare.
Yeah, like, I've only ever seen 2, and both of them were, like, within the past 2 weeks. And the other one was Oculus, and 90% of the reason I watched that was because of Karen Gillan. And that movie's really good, too, but that one's not scary at all.
Yeah. Like, I saw the original Scream, and I thought, this is a good movie, but this seems more like it would work better as kind of a satire of the slasher genre.
Yeah. But the Babadook is legitimately affecting. Like, it's really disturbing. And there's not even a single jump scare in it, and it managed to just scare the crap out of me.
Yeah, like, there have been very few things that have actually scared me. 3 audio dramas have managed to just make me want to, like, I was listening to them all at night, and I wanted to just turn on the lights because I was just sort of creeped out. They were The Chimes of Midnight, Jubilee, which that was more of, oh my gosh, this is horrifying, how could they do that to these characters? And then Spare Parts, which was just, well, I don't want to ruin it. Go get Spare Parts, it's only $3. So here we have Captain Rack.
Get used to that laugh, because you're going to be hearing it a lot.
Yes. We need more villains like this who are just deliciously evil.
I know. But we also need more villains like, oh my gosh. I just had it. Who was it? I'm drawing a blank. Scaroff from City of Death.
Oh, yes.
Because he's just so, like... I like villains like that who are just very, intelligent and very, like, they don't have to yell to be intimidating. Like, Sutek, also.
Yeah, Sutek... Well, Gabriel... That helps us because Gabriel Wolf is...
Definitely.
Like, it was Lisa Bowerman who recently worked with him for an audio drama that brought back Sutek. Like, this is how he described him. He's just this unassuming man. He always came to the studio early and was reading his book. We'd call him, he'd come into the studio, and then the atmosphere would be drippingly creepy, and he'd unleash the voice.
Yeah, like, it's, because he also was the devil in, The Impossible Planet in the Satan Pit, so, like, you know, if he's voicing the devil, he's got to have a pretty good voice.
And he doesn't do much to make his voice scary, he just sort of...
Does it?
It's just sort of in the air that he puts into it.
Yeah. He just speaks with such conviction that...
Because I heard an audio drama where he wasn't the villain.
Really?
And he fell in love with the companion.
Oh.
And it was just... I was like, is this Gabriel Wolf? This can't be Gabriel Wolf. The voice is too nice.
Yeah, for me, in the
and then they
classic
decided to have a
series,
dinner party. A dinner party.
which
Yay,
actually is executed really well.
Yes. I promise it's not an excuse to get everyone into interesting costumes.
Why are they
Including-
racing to
It's just an excuse to make Tegan look gorgeous, basically.
Yeah. Funny thing is this, they call a woman Captain Rack. She didn't put Turlo on the rack.
I think
You
I think-
missed an amazing pun.
I think her name might be Captain Rack for another reason.
Oh.
we nudge nudge.
made the pun even better, I think.
It's not wholly out of the question.
No, it's definitely why.
Oh, and Turlo does something that is very doctorish. He just talks his way out of the problems.
Yes.
Like Clara in Deep Breath.
Yeah, she just sort of talks her way out of it, which is a good idea. Like, I mean, everyone hates Clara, but I've started to like her more. But I just want her to leave.
I love her in
Yeah,
Series
go.
8. I
Good
hate her in
night.
Series 7. I think it's time for her to go. That basically sums up all
Yeah.
of my thoughts on Clara.
I don't want Capaldi to be like Smith and only have 3 companions, because I like it when doctors have more than like 2 or 3 companions, because then you get more interesting, see how they...
The doctor has like 20 companions.
Alright, I will be back probably very soon. I have to eat dinner. So,
Okay.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh gosh! Sam!
What?
We forgot to rate part 2! We forgot to rate part 2. What would you give it quickly?
8. It was good. I enjoyed it.
8? I'm giving it an 8.5.
Right, you think you're better than me, Jacob. Wow. Let's get on this one.
And we'll ask Colin when he comes back.
Oh, what terrible.
And look at Tegan's costume.
Pretty.
Are those meteorites or Rice Krispies?
Snap, crackle, pop. What else? They're gonna snap, crackle, pop our ship into pieces. I should have said that first. They're in space, aren't they, Jacob? No, Sam, they're not in space. They're in space, Jacob. I know they are. No, Sam, they're not,
They're not in space.
They're in space, Jacob. I know it. This is the twist that I have foreseen. I knew it, Jacob. You know.
They were in
Not
space.
dumb.
Anyway, so you have Tegan in her amazing costume.
I don't know, it's increasing. We're ahead of the others. This ship can't help winning.
David's moving up on the back of the sir.
So when they reach enlightenment, what happens?
It's not completely explained, but I think it's like I don't want to say how do I explain it? They reach enlightenment. They get to know everything about the universe. The winner gets to know everything about the universe.
Why even race? Why can't they all just go on one ship and go to enlightenment?
Because they're only going to allow one group of Eternals to win it.
Why can't they all form one group?
Because that's against the rules. Like,
Oh, so it's like
And
a
because-
little race.
and because they're like immortals, pretty much the Eternals are gods.
Just like the Doctor, right, Jacob?
No, the Doctor is not a god.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure.
It's fire and ice. It's like fire and ice and however that goes. Captain Rack.
Especially when you're just Captain Rack in the
The
back.
Greek who challenged Rack's ship.
The Rack ship, if you know what I mean.
We've already made this joke, Sam. Where have you been?
I know. It's just funny.
So now you have the Chinese.
Why do the Eternals look like humans, though?
Because it saves on the budget.
Why not have them be freaky squid people? Like, frick, what was that movie? It was like Star Trek. But,
Trust me, one time when Doctor decided to do squid people for like, and it was only for like 5 seconds, it was awful. It ended up in a spinach fish baby.
What we need is like some ethereal being like Cthulhu to be a villain and have the Doctor lose and the universe be taken over
Well,
by
actually,
Cthulhu.
funny story. In one of the novels, they made all of Lovecraft's creations be in the Doctor Who universe somehow. Like, there's this thing called the Animus, which is one of Lovecraft's creation, but it's like goes by a different name. Like the Gods of Ragnarok. I don't know what some of the others were, but they've done it. I don't remember which novel. I want to say it's All-Consuming Fire. I don't think.
Everyone, welcome our new
The Animus.
And why do they only have ships from humans' history? Humans aren't the only species in the universe.
Well, because it's sort of like well, because they decided, oh, we'll use the humans as like.
Are they like major humans?
Our slaves.
Why not use like another species as their slaves? Why does everything have to be about us humans? Why can't the Doctor have an alien companion that looks like an alien? Dude, no, the Doctor should have a dog companion, and when he puts on a hat, everybody thinks he's a normal person.
So yes, the Lovecraftian beings were made canon as in the Doctor Who universe, as the greater old ones in the novels White Darkness, All-Consuming Fire, and Millennial Rights.
Now the question is, where can I buy that?
All-Consuming Fire is going to be adapted into an audio drama next year, I think. Next year or the year after.
Sweet.
Not clearly. Vacuum shield on, I promise.
Well, it's that huge switch? It's unwieldingly huge.
It's a rather large switch. Oh, and it just sort of opens. See, this is what happens when you mix future with past. It becomes all cardboard.
No, that's what happens when you have a shit budget, Jacob. If I would have made the robot cardboard.
Yeah, you could have.
I would have.
But we kind of... Oh, and then we have the eye for Enlightenment. It's
Illuminati
all...
confirmed.
Oh, you would make that joke, Sam. You're so predictable, you know.
I am. Do. I, for one, welcome our Illuminati overlords.
Down as far as you can go.
Oh, are you willing to come over Tuesday instead of tomorrow?
See, okay, so the internals are supposed to be sort of emotionless.
Ah. Unlike the neutrals. Not like, well, people, you know, from Futurama. You know? The Futurama.
I don't watch Futurama.
It's so good, we should watch it.
We could. That could be our live stream series on your channel.
Yes, dude, it's so
I was always intending this to be sort of a two-way thing, where we watch some sort of a thing on your channel as well, because I feel kind of, I've always felt kind of guilty of forcing you to do these things.
I like it.
I know, but you know, it's like,
someday you
pretty
will
much
see a huge one, and that's when I'm wrong. But oh well.
Please. I warned you, boy.
He failed you, like, for the 5th time since you warned him.
Birdman! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Birdman! Sweet.
Okay, the guy, okay, what else has the guy that played the Black Guardian done? Because he is one of those, Valentine Dial is one of those actors that I just, it's one of those voices that you just love. And here we have more of our good friend Janet Fielding in lovely Edwardian dress wear.
Jacob's announcing it like it's at a fashion show. Ring.
Yes. And here we see the Sam wearing his signature look. What are you wearing today, Sam?
It's a shirt with a bike
A
on.
t-shirt with a bicycle on it.
And TARDIS pajama pants.
And TARDIS pajama pants.
I love them.
What else has the Guardian been in? What else is...
What's he trying to do?
I don't know.
He walked. He walked to it, then he just kind of fell down. What do you think about this, Colin? Seems Colin turned into a door, Jacob.
Oh dear. I'll better use the sonic screwdriver as a magic wand to fix these things.
Doesn't, but he's wood. Sonic doesn't work on wood.
Okay, that's interesting. The guy that plays the Black Guardian was offered the role of the Second Doctor.
What?
Could you imagine that? Just Valentine Dial doing the Second Doctor.
No, I could.
Oh, see, now you get to see how powerful the Eternals are. They can make people freeze in time.
They don't use that often, do they? Why do they even need a human crew for their ships?
Because they've explained it. It's part of the race. It's part of the race.
Okay, the rules are we have to have humans as slaves. We have to use their ship.
Time.
The door moving.
Colin, you're back.
Oh, we forgot to grade part 2.
I have
We
returned.
forgot to rate part 2.
Huh?
We realized we forgot to rate part 2. Well, you were
Oh.
gone. So what would you give it?
Honestly, 10.
A 10? Okay. I give it an 8.5. Sam gave it an 8.
All right. Yeah, I mentioned this is one of my favorite stories ever.
Yeah, my goal is to try to get, like, all the stories that I consider, like, classics. And, of course, to qualify for a classic, you have to be, I have to rate you above a 70%. 70% or above. Well, no, 75% or above. It's got to be in the top 25%. It's also got to be, it's pretty much that and just however I feel about the story if it's easy to rewatch. Like, I include some weird stories. Like, I'm getting the Dalek Invasion of Earth because I like the Dalek Invasion of Earth, and I love that ending.
Yeah, the ending is really good. Overall, I think it's a really good story, but I do think that it's slightly overrated. Like, there's a few stories that are just considered to be, classics that I just think are, good, but not just like, like, this is incredible. And some of those are like City of Death, I really like, but I don't think it's one of the best ever. The same with Robots of Death, actually. It's not one of my favorite stories ever, but I like it.
Yeah, when we do Robots of Death, I definitely want to have you on because just because I like it. I don't think it's the biggest classic ever.
Yeah.
For reasons that I've gone over before, but
Jacob, I just realized something. There will be a day when we only have one more story in the cup.
yeah,
That's
that'll be
off.
interesting.
But
That'll be
probably-
interesting, but that day's a long way away, Sam,
It
because we
is.
have only gotten like
Years.
20 stories.
It's probably going to end up being like your favorite or something.
Yeah, we
It's
haven't
gonna
done
be
my favorite story
Genesis
yet.
of the Daleks.
Well, no, it won't be Genesis. Genesis isn't my favorite story ever. It's brilliant. It's perfect. My favorite story is Remembrance of the Daleks because of sheer amazingness.
That's definitely in my top 10. I
But
love it.
notice I said favorite and not like the best story ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Um,
you were like, you don't like David Tennant as a doctor? How dare you? I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
Jacob
I
Gary.
like him. He's just the least interesting portrayal of the character.
I
Really.
definitely agree. Tennant is my least favorite Doctor.
He was so beautiful.
Just-
Jeez.
And
Okay, this guy here, I always thought the acting was kind of hokey.
yeah,
Y'all like that.
Oh, and now Tegan has her crown that'll kill her.
You really think you ephemeral mind.
I love how she's just mugging for the camera.
break that
The fourth wall has
Captain
been broke.
Rack.
The fourth wall has been broke. The fourth wall.
And that's part 3. So, Sam, what would you give part 3?
Easily a 9. It was good.
Usually a 9. I'm going to give it a 9 as well.
I missed most of it, so I'm just gonna go with a 10 again. Because I remember just loving every episode of this story.
Yes. Well, now that we can, we shall move on to part 4. If I can find part 4.
Yes, we're finally gonna meet who the Enlighteners are and what Enlightenment
Funny thing is, the Enlighteners were not supposed to be who they are in this story.
I know. I
But-
really wish that they were who they originally were supposed to be, because it really feels like it's only tying up plot threads to have who actually.
Yeah, just for this, because they have this trilogy of stories. Anyway, shall we start? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, 5, 4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1, sync.
So Sam, I don't think I've ever asked you. What is your favorite story you've seen so far?
Of Classic Who or just the Doctor Who in general?
Sorry, what was that?
Of Classic Who or just Doctor Who?
Classic.
Oh, Pyramids of Mars, for sure.
Pyramids of Mars.
Mm-hmm. Really good.
Yeah, that one's again in my top 10.
Yeah, Pyramids of Mars is great. Funny thing is I got mad at Sam because he understood Ghostlight on the first go.
How?
I don't know.
I read home stuff, that's why. That's why.
Yeah, I think I'm finally understanding why her character's name is Captain Rack.
Yes.
Oh, she didn't do the laugh again.
Uh,
Have you heard of time standing still?
Oh, she's like specifically to say we're gonna continue the conversation as if none of this ever happened.
So,
Join the party too.
am I the only one who feels as though right now, just it might be the lighting, I don't know why, but at this moment, Tegan looks a bit like a man in drag.
I can see. Yeah.
I don't. It was just
When
the
they
lighting.
only
there for a
when it's
second.
just her headshot, yes.
Yeah, but when you like zoom down to the actual.
No, but there's Mariner, longing for your company. There's
Belonging to your company.
Creepy.
I love how she's just like, oh gosh, this guy again.
Creepy.
He's worse than the fanboys.
Creepy. Creepy. Creepy.
She's like, no, I will not autograph your DVD of Resurrection of the Daleks.
I was barely in that.
It is like a creepy fan, but it's also like a creepy person too, who just like doesn't take no as an answer, and that's always bad.
So, funny. So you should. I don't want to ruin the review, but at the end of my Three Doctors review, there is this really. I love the gag that Sam and I decided to put in.
Yeah.
Because, like, I needed something so I can transition, because I like to put, like, next time trailers, like, but I didn't, there aren't really many iconic clips from the Green Death, except, of course, the end, but I didn't want to put the end in, because, you know, just because I didn't feel like it, so I decided, okay, Sam, because it's a review of the Three Doctors, you'll act like you wanted to have like a crossover, and then he drags his little brother into it.
And I have tape over his mouth.
Yeah.
Funny. I'm gonna kill him.
And I have this one line that I was just sort of ad-libbing at this point, and my sister just ran past. I was just sort of ad-libbing some lines. Hi, Katie.
For, like, ever, and
Hello,
you have
Jacob,
no-
sibling.
This is Caitlin. Say hello to the internet.
All of it. Let
She
me-
doesn't like Doctor Who. She only likes Doctor Who with K9's in it.
I like K9. Okay, I like one of the Doctors.
She also ironically likes Tomb of the Cybermen.
I like Tomb of the Cybermen.
Cause like I was watching it and she just sort of watched it with
What
me.
is this?
Well, at least it's better
you
than your
had the
brother who
cookies,
hates
so
Doctor Who.
I wanted the cookies.
Oh yeah, I had cookies.
I wanted my Girl Scout cookies, and you had them, and I was mad.
Yeah, because if I didn't eat them, you would have eaten them.
Yeah, but they were originally for me because I paid them.
Siblings. How
I
about it?
paid for them, and then you took them and you ate them, and I'm really mad at you for doing that.
Yeah, Katie's going back to school in 2 days.
Oh, be quiet.
Well, we don't. Well, we're out for like another 2 weeks.
Is
Yes.
You're so
Right.
lucky.
Are these Mardi Gras bees?
Actually, yes, they are. I don't know
Oh,
why.
that's gross. You have Mardi Gras.
They're.
Mardi Gras!
I got them at Francesca's yesterday. I was at. We were gonna do this yesterday, but I had a party because like, you know how plays they'll do a cast party type thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's the Starlight
It was
Prom.
that, yeah.
You had to go to the Starlight
But it was for like all 4
Prom.
plays, so I decided, hey, I'll go. I was in the pit. They invited me, and I'll get a steak out of it.
I went to the first school dance I've ever been to last night.
Watching like Sherlock or
We're
something.
watching Doctor Who.
Oh.
Yeah,
John
I
Locke.
watch Sherlock. I don't
Wait,
find
you watch Sherlock?
No.
Well, you've got.
it's science fiction, so I don't like it. That's my mindset.
Oh.
Okay, so Mom and Dad are.
Notice where Turlo's line of sight is in this image.
He's looking at her Captain Rat.
That's funny.
That is. It's.
What's that?
He's like, yes, I'm totally listening to you.
Yes, Mr.
No, yes, I'm listening to you.
That's great.
All right, Katie, get out of the picture.
He's just kind of in shock now, like.
Ice cream and York splitted.
Well, I had ice cream last night. So there.
Like,
Also, Mom and Dad are bringing home a movie because we're having movie night.
Well, I'll be done in like 15 minutes, I think.
Okay.
oh, speaking of.
Oh, it's this scene. I love the walking the plank scene.
I think you might be trying.
So I watched a movie with my family that was kind of racy.
Oh, they were trying to get us to watch The Kingsman.
Oh, God, I want to see Kingsman. That looks
I heard It
awesome.
was really good.
Well, Dad
I
had to
want
choose, and he chose.
Kingsman. Oh my gosh, Dad, you are.
Well, it was between an Adam Sandler movie and. The
Oh
Kingsman.
gosh, I don't want to do Adam Sandler.
It's not Pixels. He didn't
No.
even choose. Well, it was between 3 because Mom wanted to watch.
The thing is I don't like Adam Sandler. But anyway, back to the story. They're making people walk the plank.
I like some older Adam Sandler stuff, but not the new stuff. He just kind of became like a mockery of
It's
himself.
honestly just dirty jokes.
Yep, dirty jokes, terrible, bad.
I
Walk
love
the
that they're out of the race. They disappear into nothing.
But you have
They
to
don't
watch-
exist in time.
Jacob, you have to watch the movie because you've been missing a lot of our movie nights.
I might watch it, I might not.
What are you gonna watch?
You never knew our Pitch Perfect.
Oh, I don't wanna.
Mom wanted to watch Pitch Perfect. But seriously, watch it.
Alright, Katie, can you leave so I can get back to my nerdiness? Please?
What do you have to watch?
I have a squid hat.
You have a squid hat and
That
that.
is nerdy.
I built a TARDIS!
You're a kid now.
watch
You're a
the
kid
anime
now.
shows.
You're a kid
Yes, so
now.
do I.
Kid now.
You like what?
Stop, I'm not gonna say. I'm on the internet. Goodbye, Katie. This is technically my room. We,
Well,
we,
technically, it's the basement, and the basement is a free land of space.
Yeah, she's
that's
crazy.
what she says, right there. That's what she says all the time.
Down
Okay, if you don't know, I have this small little area where I can build with my Lego stuff. And my little brother and my little sister, when I say, get out of my room, they say, this isn't your room. Then I run around it a couple of times. And it really upsets me.
Yeah. So I'm just going to ignore Katie from now on.
Do you have any siblings, Colin? Colin? Do you have any siblings, Colin?
Oh, Colin, so I found out that
sorry.
the guy that plays the Black Guardian, bye-bye, Katie, was in runnings to play the second Doctor.
Really?
Yes. I want to know what that would have been like.
Book is down here.
Well, if he did the laugh a lot, then I would watch it.
Well, the thing is that most of his performance would have still been missing because apparently storage to the BBC in the 60s means let's have a bonfire.
Oh.
Sam, what was your question earlier? I couldn't really hear you.
It was, do you have any little siblings?
Do I have any siblings?
Little siblings, younger.
Littles? No. My younger cousin lives with us, but I have 3 older siblings.
Okay.
So just a younger cousin who lives with us.
I wish I knew what it was like to have an older sibling, but
I get along with pretty much all of my siblings, so
yeah, that's not me and my family.
yeah, but they're all like out of high school. 2 of them are, well, 1 of them is out of college, so.
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Sam and I are both the oldest. We both have 2 younger siblings. And I'm guessing you're a junior.
I am, yeah.
Okay, because we're both going to be juniors this year.
Yeah, it's already making me clinically depressed.
Because there's the ACT. Like, I know exactly how to divide my time, but my parents don't get it. They don't think that I've been studying over the summer, but I have been. I've just been doing it at night because, like, usually. I say I'm going to bed, but it'll be like 8 o'clock, and I'll stay up until like 11, either doing summer homework or just looking over some stuff.
Oh yeah, see, this year I transitioned from having no classes that I had to put effort into to get A's to having all classes that I have to put effort into to get A's. So it's a big transition for me.
And then Sam, I don't know how your career is, Sam. I know you're not in like any honors classes.
Oh.
No, I'm in like all honors classes in like 1 AP class. I could have taken AP English, but I don't like the teacher.
Who's the teacher?
Wilson.
Oh.
This teacher is like she'll have you write essays. You'll write them and they'll be like a couple sentences long. That's too short. You'll write them and they'll be like half a page. That's too long. Where we meet in somewhere in the middle? And like she's always like, and she doesn't understand what opinion questions are. Like she's put in your opinion that I've gotten wrong because, but there's no evidence to support your opinion.
Yeah, our AP English teacher is really good. Like everyone loves him. But this is the first year I've taken APs. I'm taking 2. And next year I'm taking 3. So
yeah, I'm probably gonna take like 4 next year.
Yeah, but we don't have like honors classes. We just have a few APs because our school is poor as dirt. So.
No, I don't care if I have any AP classes or honors classes. I'm just fine where I am.
Well, I want to go into the medical field. That much I know. I think I might not go full doctor because money.
Yeah, money.
Yeah, I am wanting to actually be a composer. So. So no matter what I do, it will probably have to do with music.
Yes. Like I have like plans like oh, and the Doctor destroys the thing with an axe.
It's a bit plastic.
Fucking man.
Yeah, I don't know. Couldn't they have destroyed it? Why did he destroy it with the side of the axe? Couldn't he have just swung down with the blade and made it a little more realistic, I guess?
But you see, the props are made of styrofoam, Jacob.
But that looks kind of like a real axe.
Maybe they didn't actually want to break the set, Jacob.
Or even easier, couldn't they have just thrown the thing off the side so they don't have to deal with all these tiny pieces.
Yeah.
We should make a Doctor Who story.
I've had script ideas in the works for several years now because
I
I
started
have
the
a friend
writing.
who's wanting to be a film director, and he said, "Jacob, I want you to write me scripts." I've written a couple scripts.
I still have to finish the other one I was writing for you, Jacob.
You never did.
I still have.
We're gonna make a season, but we never did.
We should.
Have you checked out Doctor Who fan audio adventures?
Yes, I have. I've listened to a couple of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I wrote 2 of them.
I saw your video like responding to those criticisms that someone
those were
left.
I
See,
actually.
The problem with the internet is that anyone can criticize, and like it's the mentality that you're always right.
Yeah.
So it's
But
like,
see,
okay.
I didn't see, but after I had made that video, the person, I don't think they saw the video, but they commented basically saying, okay, I understand how this is, like, how this kind of works now, and so they were very, they definitely apologized for the allegations of racism, those were the ones that were very, kind of far out, because...
Thing is if you put...
I gotta watch.
This is the internet's definition of racism. If you use anyone from a minority and put them in any role that could be considered possibly the slightest hint of stereotypic of that race, you're a racist.
Welcome to Tumblr, everybody.
And I wouldn't have done that with just anybody. Like I deliberately, like, that character was actually someone from history, so it was just being historically accurate.
Yes. But yeah, I've written a script where it's the return of the Celestial Toymaker, because the Celestial Toymaker is a great idea, but like the one time he was used on TV, it was actually very racist, ironically. Like they dropped the N-word in episode 2 of that story. And like it's one of those, really? The censors would have allowed that?
It was the 60s.
No, even for the 60s, it was a bit too far, I think, for kids' TV.
Yeah.
Not quite. Terla's over there. He could still win. Let's always hide the TARDIS in his mind.
We'll put it. It's like, hey, look, you got something here. Pull it out. It's the TARDIS.
So if he just thinks about it, then it'll appear.
I think if he thinks about it, knowing that it'll be there, it appears, which is an interesting concept. Like, it's like hiding something under your nose. Like, hiding something in plain sight.
Mariner's hands were a little close to her chest there.
Oh, well, you see, he's in love. He's obsessed with Tegan.
It's a bit creepy, but it actually works slightly well. Punch her.
Dead. Fatality. Gone. Jacob,
Oh dear.
Want to know what we should do in our series, Jacob? In the series.
Yes.
Kill the Doctor off. Just dead.
I don't think I'd have the heart to kill off an established character.
Well, kill off a companion. I'm gonna do that.
That I'll do. I'll kill off companions left and right.
Dead, 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 dead. Give me eeny, meeny, miny.
Problem is, that's probably the only way Clara's gonna leave if they kill her off.
No, because they tried that twice and it still didn't work.
Birth, because the one kid.
Well, I liked the way they did it with, like, in Last Christmas, how it was supposed to end. Because that scene was like, oh, this episode was terrible, but oh, that scene is just so good. And it's like, oh, it was a dream.
Clara should die in childbirth.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I love how Mariner's like, what is grief? Now, if only they could write the Cybermen like this.
What is love? Love.
Grief. It's the Babadook.
Yes.
Clara dying in childbirth would be a good way to do it.
And all the humans leave, just poof. Bomb
She most likely is pregnant, isn't she?
Yeah, because we saw, you know, the one kid.
Orson Pink. So
Yeah.
he literally cannot exist unless she's pregnant.
Right.
Well, unless Danny had a brother.
I feel like that would be in bad taste. Just
Kill her off in
Danny dies.
childbirth, I
Okay.
think
Yeah,
that's-
but it would be extremely funny. I'd imagine the doctor's reaction.
I know, right?
Danny had a brother? Oh dear.
I
Alright.
think I understand what Enlightenment is. It's
Yeah.
another chicken hat.
Oh yes.
That's their prize.
Wait, I have the perfect hat for this.
Hey.
Yeah.
Another chicken hat. I'm wearing it.
I can't. I've gotta finish this. I've got like 5 minutes left.
I'm
I've got
wearing
5 minutes left. I'll
Okay, well, 5 minutes and then previews and then you're coming up.
I'll come up. Is that chicken hat, Sam?
What?
I think
Perfect.
Sam's found enlightenment.
I agree. I think he has.
I see all, and all sees me.
Will they ever get any of the classic series writers to write Doctor Who again, Sam? We must know.
Will I?
Ask. You know everything.
Ask again later.
Okay.
I'm like a magic 8-ball. I can't give you all the answers you want.
Really?
I can only give you yes or no answers. And maybe a couple of times.
That was a yes or no answer. Will
Ask
any
again
classic
later.
writers come to Doctor Who again?
No.
No.
Bring Barbara Clegg back. Is she still alive? Is she?
Yeah, she's alive.
Oh, okay. Then yes, bring Barbara Clegg back.
I just remember she was alive, but she was really busy, so she couldn't finish writing the adaptations of her previous scripts.
Yes, bring the Eternals back, please.
I don't even think Big Finish has touched the Eternals yet.
Okay, Eternals. Now where did Big?
They've done the Guardians. I know they did the Black Guardian a couple times.
I am the Sam Guardian. I am the Sand Guardian, the Guardian of the Sand. The sand quivers before
You're the
him.
Blue Guardian. Or the Beige Guardian, I don't know.
The beige. Yep, I'm the beige Guardian.
Beige Guardian.
Sort of like the White Guardian, but kind of
Wait a
just
second.
the
Did that thing have 2 lids? It's like a Russian nesting doll.
Dude, I love those.
I think they just screwed up in continuity and like put it back on between takes by accident.
No, because there are 2 on the table there, see?
Oh gosh, that's interesting.
That's what Enlightenment. Enlightenment is a Russian nesting doll.
Yes.
That's canon now, folks.
I should go get my Russian nesting doll.
Well, okay, Sam suggested having a Doctor Who story where Cthulhu is the villain. If the
Yeah.
novels are canon, that is possible. Because Lovecraftian horrors exist in the Doctor Who universe.
Dude, the Eternals should be something like that. Like, their human form is just like a facade.
They are. They are.
They are.
Yeah.
They should
So
just
are the Gods of Ragnarok and the Animus from the Web Planet.
I want to see some more
They're what?
mythology. I love it.
The Animus from Web Planet. And then the Black Guardian just sort of burns up. Burns up.
Beth Destiny, 10 out of 10, IGN.
But he'll be back eventually.
Not that guy.
I think they should have called this episode Doctor Who and the Russian Nesting Doll of Doom.
It would work much better than, the one-word titles that JNT liked in this era.
I hate movies that are like just one word.
Like Castrovalva. That doesn't really work as a title.
Kinda.
Kinda, I'd like to have Kinda be titled, I don't know, like... I know Stingaz would be titled Kingdom of the Snake.
I don't know.
That would be cool. Kinda would probably be the Serpent of Evil.
The only title the only one-word titles that I really like from from the JNT era were Shada, Meglos, and Dragonfire.
Yeah.
I think those are actually pretty good titles, but
Yeah.
like.
Well, Shada was not JNT. It was still.
Oh yeah, that
dubbed,
was. Yeah, that's
it was-
right. It was the
yeah.
last. Can't remember.
Like Legopolis should have been called because everyone knew that the Doctor was gonna die.
Ending.
They should have just called it Death of the Doctor or something.
It should have been called "The Moment Has Been Prepared For," or "It's the End."
It is the end.
It's the end. But
Anyway, that was
that's
the end of Enlightenment. So, Sam, what was your rating for Part 4?
It was good. I will give it 10. It was good.
10. Then what would you give the full story?
9.
A 9? Colin, what is your rating for Part 4 of Enlightenment?
10.
10. I'm going to give it a 9. Colin, what is your rating for the full story?
10.
10. I will give it a 9, the full story, because it is that good. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Colin, again, thanks for being here. But before we go, time to choose the next story. Please don't let it be a recon. I don't want to deal with another recon.
No.
Please let it be a Tom Baker story.
Please let it be a bad story. I like riffing things.
Alright, I've got it right here. I'm going to open it.
Something.
Oh, it's another John Pertwee story.
Ooh, what is it?
The Time Monster.
I don't have that one. Crap.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Yeah, no. Well, that's good then. So we can do it during the week while you're at school,
Yeah.
and maybe have you on for the next weekend one.
While you're at school. Live stream when you're in school.
Just curious, Jacob. What do you think of the Time Monster?
I actually, it's not as bad as everyone says it is, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
That's
like
how I
it.
feel about
I'm going to
Underworld.
stop the broadcast now.